Alright, that sucks. Okay, I can't get the mount to work right, guys. I'm gonna try another mount. Nothing is working this evening, guys. Let's see if that works, if that'll stay in place. What the hell's going on tonight? How's that look? Can you hear me? Michael, Jim, Barney? Having technical difficulties this evening. I need to redo my mount system for the camera. Alright, thanks guys. Got some sport knives to do. There's a buck, $6.91. The gut hook looks like it's never been used. It looks like somebody's tried to sharpen it. Anyway, I thought I'd come out here tonight and turn the camera on. I've got a bunch of salon shears to do tomorrow. And so I'll turn the camera back on in the morning. But I need to get these knives done tonight. Alright, I think I got the angle right on first try. I'm surprised at that. It is very warm here in Texas tonight. Got a weird angle on it. Somebody tried to sharpen these and they got the angle all over the place. Looks like there's 3 bevels on it. Alright. We got a nice cross, it looks good. Got a nice burr. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. Even though I had all kinds of problems with my mounts. Y'all need to see above me here, I have multiple camera mounts. It's whatever I can get working the fastest is the one that I use, it seems. I was really busy today with a bunch of knives. This is the first chance I've had to turn the camera on where I didn't have to rush. This guy dropped these off. He's probably not even going to pick them up tomorrow. And as always, it's cocktail time in Texas. Drinking a little wine this evening. Looks good. If you're watching, excuse me, tell me where you're watching from. And if you're watching, I need everybody to subscribe to Jim's YouTube channel, Home Spark Knife Sharpening, right there. He just made a comment saying yes. Check out his YouTube channel. Jim is in Aurora, Illinois, in the Midwest. He's another small business sharpener like myself. We need as many subscribers to our channel as we can get. It does help our little business grow. And it does help us in the YouTube videos help us in the Google search engine. So when somebody searches knife sharpening wherever they live, the YouTube channel helps in that search. So if you're in the Midwest and you subscribe to Jim's page, Home Spark Knife Sharpening, it will come up in your Google search if you are subscribed to his channel. The more people who go to his YouTube page and go to his Google page, that helps in the search criteria of wherever he's at. That brings us business. 90% of the people, new clients that find me down here in Texas, find me through a Google search. So YouTube, being owned by Google, the algorithm helps us all out and helps support small businesses like ours. So please subscribe to Home Spark Knife Sharpening on top of subscribing to Sharpen Right Services. So these are all sport knives here. The guy's a hunter. This is a custom-made knife. It's got a very wide bevel edge on it. It's not too bad. It's pretty sharp. I cleaned it up real good. It was corroded. It has some rust along the spine and along the grip. It was rusted all down in here. It's a high carbon steel knife, but I cleaned it up real good before sharpening. So I'm going to make it really nice for the client, and I'm going to oil the handle tonight. I appreciate everybody saying hello. Hey, Sharp Hawk's here. There's another one. Y'all need to follow Sharp Hawk Services, another small business, another sharpener. We all try to support each other. Old Barney there. Barney's in Bedrock. Trying to find the right angle on this one. I think it's around 18 degrees. We're going to find out. I'm just going to barely touch. Oh, look at that high carbon steel spark. And it is. It's 18 degrees. Maybe lower than that. Well, watch the sparks. This is a high carbon steel knife. It's pretty damn hard too. Got a weird grind on it. I'm gonna have to take my time with this one. You know, I actually think it's lower than 18 degrees. Or higher, sorry. I'm gonna bring the angle up a little bit. Let's see how that looks. I should have done a scratch test. All right, there you go. I got the right angle now. I went too low. But we'll fix it. Take our time with it. I don't want to heat this blade up, even though it's high carbon steel, it probably can hold it. Eric, it's necessary when you're trying to get the right angle of the manufacturer of the knife. You want to mimic the factory edge if possible, as close as possible. You want the knife to be functional, but also look good aesthetically also. It's got a little wave in the belly. We're almost there. I'm mimicking the factory edge. When I say factory, this is a custom-made knife. I don't want to heat the blade up, so I'm taking my time. Time for another little sip of wine. It's a pretty knife. I like the handle. The guy that owns it, he's a knife and gun guy. I'm in Texas. Everybody carries a gun and everybody carries a knife. We're still the Wild West here in Texas. Are you having a beer for me? We're almost there. We got just a little bit of little area right there. We're reprofiling this blade a little more than I wanted to, but it'll be fine. This is a good knife for hunting. All right, we got it reprofiled. Hey, 104 people watching. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button. And I hope you subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. We're Sharpen Right Services. There you go. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. We're sharpening a couple of sport knives tonight for a local guy that dropped them off. We're in Texas. So everybody's got a knife on them and everybody's got a gun on them. So we're going to polish this edge. I think it'll look good. It'll look better if it's polished because the bevel is so wide. This is a very thick knife. If you're watching, tell me where you're watching from. You sharpener guys, promote your business on here. Tell everybody where you're at and what you sharpen. Tell them how to find you. I want you guys to promote your businesses if people are watching. North Carolina. That Barney Rubble, he's some actor. All right, so I'm gonna finish this up freehand. A little micro polishing. This will be a good knife for deer season. And the next knife is really pretty. This guy has some nice little knives in his collection. That looks good. Look, can y'all see that edge? It's like glass, man. I gotta clean it up a little bit, but it looks wonderful. Appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Helps our business out. Will, thanks for watching from the UK. It's late at night in the UK. It's only a little after 6 here. What am I doing? I don't know why I took that off. Anyway, I'm going to clean this real quick and I'll be right back. So I cleaned it with a little Scotch-Brite pad. I want you to look at that edge. I don't have any hair on my arms anymore because I'm always shaving it off. It is shaving my hair off my arms, what little I have. So that's a beautiful knife right there. I really like that. I like the grip. I like everything about that knife. right, here's another one. It's from Spain. I cleaned it up. I polished the brass on it. I always do the polishing before I sharpen it, because if I try to polish up the brass and everything after I sharpen, I always cut myself. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you all how I find the edge angle. Hang on 1 second. Let's do this like I'm supposed to do, instead of winging it. All right, so I take a marker. So this is the factory edge angle. So I want to take a marker and I want to black out that edge angle. Because who am I to change the factory edge from the knife maker? Only if the client wanted me to. So now I got it blacked out. So this is a fixed blade sport knife, hunting knife, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to zero out my angle. I'm using a platen. I'm using a flat surface to sharpen against, like a stone. I got it in my clamp. I'm going to set the edge angle to start at 20 degrees. Y'all can't see it, but I'm manipulating the angle of the holder. And now the first thing I'm going to do is do a little scratch test. A little bump. I'm just going to turn it on a little bit. Do a quick bump. Can y'all see that? So I removed some of the black. It's hard to see. Right there. See that? I removed some of the black that I put on with the marker. And it goes all the way to the edge. So the factory, or the knife maker of this knife is made in Spain. He sharpened it to a 20-degree angle. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to keep the angle. Nope, Joe, it's 20 degrees. Now see the black is missing? It's all the way to the edge. A little bit of a burr. There's a little burr there. There's a little bit of a burr. So I have the right angle. Silent Night, there is no best angle. That's opinion right there. Just remember, the lower the edge angle, the sharper the knife will be. Depending on the steel of the knife, it may not be as durable as you want it to be. So the lower the edge angle, the sharper the knife will be, but it may be less durable. Does that make sense to you? This knife is pretty soft, I can tell. The steel is very soft. If you are a chef, I'll tell you my opinion on what you should sharpen your chef knives to. Around 20 degrees. 20 degrees is a great angle for most chef knives. That's Wusthof, Hinkle, Victorinox. If you're using a shun, which most chefs should not use because you're trying to do too much too fast, and a shun is probably not the best knife to have in your kitchen, and they're not very durable. 20 degrees is the best for a chef. And the reason why is that's a good angle for most chef knives. And when I talk about chef knives, I'm talking about Wusthof, I'm talking about Hinkle, and I'm talking about Victorinox. European, Western, most commercial kitchens. If you do 20 degrees, you'll be happy. That's my opinion. Everybody else has got their opinion. And if you're a chef, you should be buying Victorinox. Once again, that's just my opinion. Perfect weight with the Victorinox. And the handles are fantastic when your hands are wet or greasy. I love my Victorinox knives. And a lot of people knock them, but all of my butcher shops that I deal with use Victorinox. Professional chefs understand. Victorinox is a good knife. The price point is good. They sharpen up well. Good steel. They're durable as hell. Exactly, Joe. Shaving will not hold an edge. And if you're a guy in a commercial kitchen, you need a knife that cuts. That's funny that you said that, the Globals. I just had this same conversation the other day. I mean, not today. Today, earlier, about a couple hours ago, I sharpened 3 Global knives. I have a Global knife. I have 3 Global knives that are in my kitchen right now, and I use the paring knife more than thing. But I have osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, and I have a hard time gripping the Globals. They're really nice when they're sharp. If I'm going to cut fish, if I'm going to slice a fish really thin, I'm going to bring out my Global knife. If I'm going to do beef, I'm going to bring out my Victorinox. If I'm going to cut vegetables, if I'm going to cut onions, I'm going to use my Global. If I'm going to cut potatoes, maybe some broccoli, carrots, I'm going to bring out my Victorinox. Barney, just go talk to Betty, would you? Where's Betty anyway? This is looking good. This knife is looking really good. We're going to polish the edge on this one also. And I got a pocket knife to do after this. 3 blades on a pocket knife. Hey, if you're just joining us, we are Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, clipper blades, salon shears. I already said that, didn't I? Clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. We're doing some sport knives this evening. This knife is made in Spain. This is a really pretty knife. This guy's a outdoorsman. He likes to hunt and fish. We had a nice conversation about deer hunting when he dropped them off. We're in Texas, so everybody hunts and fishes. I say that, not everybody hunts and fishes, but so this is a leather strop. And we're just getting a really nice edge on this knife. All right, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna leave that on there for a moment, because I'm gonna clean this blade and we're gonna test it out. I really like this knife. This is another nice, beautiful fixed blade knife. It was kind of corroded in the brass. I cleaned it all up, and I'll clean it up again before I give it back to the client. And I'll put a little oil on the handle to make it look really nice. Love Granton knives, Joe. Especially if you're going to slice a brisket or turkey or pork roast or something like that. Granton Edge is a great knife. I have a Victorinox Granton slicer that I use really often. Look at that, that's pretty. Let me see if I can find something to test. All right, so here we are. Oh, there we go. Right there. See how this slices. Not as sharp as I want it to be. So I only did a 20-degree bevel on it because that's what it was from the factory. And it's very humid here tonight. It's pretty sharp. Sharp enough for this knife. All right, I'll be right back, folks. We're going to do this one next. So it's 3-blade pocket knife is what we're going to do next. Be right back. See, that'd be a better test as on tomatoes. It'd be a much better test than paper. That's why I hesitate to test on paper. These are not paper cutting knives. You want it to cut a tomato, that's for sure. And if you over polish a knife, it won't cut a tomato. So this is a buck pocket knife. It should be around 18 degrees from the factory. So if you're watching out there, I hope you hit that thumbs up button. And I also hope you tell me where you're watching from. All right, we're gonna do it. All right, the dogs are going crazy. $18 degrees. I missed right here. I think I need to move the clamp a little bit. I probably should do these freehand. A lot of the pocket knives I will do freehand. But it's late in the evening and I'm tired. Oh yeah, so I caught all the blade. I got a nice smooth grind all the way across the blade. And I got a nice burr all the way across the blade. So I only need to do one pass on the 120. Now I'm going to go to a 400 grit. Tell me where you're watching from and what time it is where you're watching. (9:30) Melbourne, Australia. Michael, I always appreciate you watching. I don't know if there's a guy in Australia that I follow on YouTube. I think he's called Sharpen. He's in Australia somewhere, but I enjoy watching him. I'm a fan of Aussie wines. UK, finished work 12:30 a.m. What are you doing this late? Well, Michael, I'm in League City, so you and I are on the same time in central part of the U.S. I'm not familiar where Fulton, Missouri is. I got a buddy from Blue Springs, Missouri. Michael Woods, yeah, I think his YouTube channel is Sharpen. All right, I'm not going to buff this pocket knife out. We're not going to put a polished edge. Jefferson City. I don't think I've ever been to Missouri. I think the only time I think I stopped in St. Louis on my way to Chicago on a flight from Southwest. All right, so we did that blade. That blade is sharp. I'm going to use a little piece of leather to remove the burr, and I'll clean it up before I give it back to the client. So we got 2 more blades to do on this particular pocket knife. So let's do this one next. Got a little nick in the blade right there. Like I said, I should do these freehand, but I'm really tired. Silent Night, you're my kind of guy. From the UK. My family is from the UK. My 8th great grandfather left somewhere around 1610. I know, that's a joke. It's true. It is true. My 8th great grandfather landed at Jamestown Colony in 1611. No, you don't. Come on, UK is wonderful. I've never been. I know y'all have had some changes, but we all have changes all the time. If you want to leave, come to Texas or Alaska. The last frontier of North America. This is such a nice little knife. God, it's got a beautiful edge to it. All right, so that one's done. Like I said, we're not going to polish the edge. I like to leave them a little toothy. A pocket knife needs to be toothy. Oh, it's a beautiful edge. Oh, that is freaking sharp. All right, we got one more blade, and we're going to call it a night. I think that's a factory edge. Doesn't look like this knife has ever been sharpened. And I think this is an American-made buck knife. It seems to be fairly old. Buck doesn't make any knives in the United States anymore. I don't believe. I think everything's made in China, like everything else in the whole world. Labor's too expensive. $18 degrees. All right, before I go, yeah, I would call Canada, I'd call Alaska, Canada a bit to the left. That's funny. My wife's family are Cajuns. If you know what Cajuns are, they're the original French colonist to Canada. And my ancestors, the British, kicked my wife's family out of Canada and made them move to Louisiana. I like to hold that over her head. She doesn't think it's funny. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. We didn't get as many people online tonight as we normally do. I hope everybody hits that thumbs up button. I hope you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. We earn a little bit of money from this channel. It helps us buy abrasives. I'm going to turn the dust collector off. We're done. That was the last knife we're going to do tonight. Hey, I hope everybody finds me on, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, and you're on TikTok, find me out there, shoot me a little message. Love to hear from you. I enjoy talking to people from all around the globe when we do these live streams. Michael, thank you. You're always such a supportive guy. I really appreciate that very much. You just don't know how much it means to me. Silent Nights, thanks for popping in. Good to talk to you. I hope everybody has a blessed evening. We're going to do a live stream tomorrow morning, probably somewhere between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Central Time here in the U.S. I know that's pretty early for a lot of people. But we're going to sharpen a bunch of salon shears for a stylist here that is off tomorrow, and she'll need all of her shears for Saturday morning when she goes back. Thanks, folks. Jim, thanks a lot. Jim is such a great supporter. Y'all check out Homespark Knife Sharpening. Jim just commented right there. He's another sharpener. He's in Aurora, Illinois, up in the Midwest of the United States. We all need everybody's support on our YouTube channels because it does help us get business in our local area. It helps our Google pages. It helps our website. It helps our name get out there for local people to call us about sharpening different things. And it's really important. Social media only works if everybody's social. I hope everybody has a great evening or morning wherever you're at. God bless everybody. Take care.